Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I want to share with you all the things that I bought during my recent Europe trip. So if you're interested, do keep on watching. For those of you who are following me on Instagram, you will know that I was in Europe mainly because of Tomorrowland. I decided to make a trip to Belgium for Tomorrowland, and it's my very first Tomorrowland experience and I freaking loved it. It's so good. So at Tomorrowland, they actually allow you to buy merch, and I think we took the global pass, so they gave us some little trinkets as well. We took a bus from Maastricht to Boom, so they actually gave us this handy pack kind of thing. So this is actually like a duffel pack, and I think it's waterproof if I'm not wrong. I'm not sure what material is this. And then there's the Tomorrowland Ascendo logo here, so that's very nice. And then there's also butterfly imprints all over it. I just really love that the theme of it all is like butterflies, so it's really nice. And then they also gave us eye shades, so these are Tomorrowland eye shades. It's if the moon and the stars. I just love it because, as you all know, I love moons and stars and anything constellation-y. And then they also gave us this thing which I have not opened up, so I believe it's like a Jenga kind of thing. Let's see. So it comes in this wooden box over here, and then inside is Jenga pieces. I'm not going to take everything out, but as you can see, these are Jenga pieces, and they also have the Tomorrowland stamping on it, so that's really cool. I think I can use this to play some games, so that's very nice. So that's a mini Jenga that you can play with your friends. I believe it's meant for people who are camping on site, because you can actually build a tent on site and then just stay there. But we decided to get Airbnb because we actually didn't manage to book a proper lodging on site, and there was no way in hell we are going to pitch our own tent on the ground. And luckily we didn't, because it was raining on most days, so that was not really very nice if you were pitching a tent to sleep there. And they also gave us a global journey travel journal. I'm just gonna open this up for you. So it comes like that. It's a red maroon booklet, and then you open it up and it has a, is it a pen? Oh yeah, it has a pen over here. And this, oh my god, this postcard is so nice. So that this postcard thing over here, and then a picture of a portion of the grounds, which is very nice as well, that you can put over here. Actually, this notebook is made very well. And then it says, "People of tomorrow I have shared my journey with," so that's very cute. And the name, it's like a contact book. So cute. Yeah. So they gave us this as well. Oh, and in the middle there is a bookmark, and the bookmark is a medallion kind of thing, so it looks like that. Very cute. So yes, this is the notebook that came with it. So all these are gifted to us. We didn't need to pay anything extra for the merch, but I decided to get a few merch pieces as well. There was this cap that I really wanted to get, but it was all sold out. It was there was a butterfly print and it was really pretty, but oh well, I couldn't get it on hand. So I decided to pick up this t-shirt. It says Tomorrowland on it in colorful printing, and then at the back it's also a colorful print of the logo. I feel like this is very Coldplay-y, and I intend to wear this to Coldplay next year. I know it's thinking ahead, but it's so Coldplay-y. And I love the fact that there on the sleeve there's a little butterfly as well. And this t-shirt is actually quite cropped, but I really like it. So this was so useful on the last day, because on the last day it was raining, torrential rain, and there was such strong winds, but this was my savior. Okay, this was the thing that was keeping me warm, because I told one of my friends to bring this extra for me in one of the bags. just in case, because like I didn't bring like a jacket or anything, and thank God I had this on me. So like it was the only thing that was like keeping me like safe and dry. And then other than that, I also got myself a hoodie. I really wanted a hoodie so badly, but the hoodie that I wanted also was sold out, so I decided to get this other one, which is like a normal black hoodie. And then at the front it does say Tomorrowland, but in a very like black imprint, so you can't really like tell. I'm not sure if you can see that over there. So it says Tomorrowland, and then at the back over here it's a really cute print of the butterfly garden print kind of thing, so in this like colorful shade as well. It's very thick, and I wore it on like day 0 when I bought it, so it was really nice and kept me really warm. Honestly, I do not really need any more hoodies in my life, but every time I tell myself that, I always end up buying like more sweaters and hoodies, which I really need to stop. So these are the things that I got at Tomorrowland itself. So subsequently, after Tomorrowland, we actually took a bus into Amsterdam, and we were kind of like in Amsterdam for a couple of days, and then we went to Rotterdam, and then after that we went to France, which is like Lille and Paris. So if you are interested to see what designer items I got, I mainly got them in France, so I'm gonna leave that for another video, and it's coming up really soon, so just keep a lookout for it. But in this video, I thought I'll just show you all the other pieces that are non-designer that I picked up along the way. So one place that I saw when we were taking the tram to get into the city in Amsterdam was Arket. I really wanted to shop from Arket because Singapore doesn't stock Arket, and I just wanted to go in and look at some pieces, mainly this like pants that they have, which is very popular, but apparently they don't have it anymore. So I decided to just pick up a few other items, mainly their linen items. So I picked up this linen shirt over here. It's just a very typical like linen like button down shirt that I really like. There were a few designs of this, but I decided to pick this one up because this one like has a pocket feature at the front, and it's not so I think the other linen piece was slightly more rigid. This one was a little bit more slouchy, more relaxed, so I decided to pick this one up. So other than that, I also picked up some linen shorts. So this one is like a drawstring like kind of like short, and I just really like the detail of it. And they also have like pockets inside as well, and this drawstring feature, which I don't think is just meant as decoration, I'm pretty sure. And then there's also like a button here, which I think you can unbutton. Oh yeah, you can unbutton it. So it comes with buttons down the front, and it also comes with this like tie string detail, so that's very nice. I really like this shade of linen especially. So other than that, I also got another pair of like linen shorts, but this one is a little bit more formal looking. So this is like a zip up version, and then you can hook it as well to make it a little bit more like formal, and it also has belt loops so that you can put your belt on it. And then at the back it's just like a simple pocket over here, which I think you can use, but you probably need to cut the pocket out. So yeah, I decided to get this entire like 3-piece set. It's not really a set, but I wanted to get them together because I feel like the linen shade just goes together. You know, sometimes when you buy linen, the shade is a little bit different and off, so I wanted to make sure they all kind of look the same. So I got these 3 pieces from Arket, and I also got this simple like bikini top from Arket as well. It's a simple hook at the back, and then it's just a pink top that I really like. And I feel like when I wore this and then I wore it inside like the shirt, it just matched really well with the shorts as well. So I was like, okay, this is meant to come with me, so I picked that up as well. And then I also picked up this t-shirt from Arket. So I have t-shirts from COS, I have t-shirts from & Other Stories, so I just really want to like try out the t-shirt material. So this one is also very soft, quite similar to the And Other Stories one, I would say. So it's in this like grayish kind of like color, and I really like it, and I kind of like need a t-shirt on the trip as well, so I picked this up. So this one looks like that. I have worn this quite a bit, and like I've gotten quite a lot of use out of it as well ever since I came back. So those are the items that I picked up from Arket. And then because we're in Amsterdam, like how can I not buy this as a souvenir? I've decided to buy myself the Tony's chocolate. So I got like, actually I got 5 of them. I've already given one to a friend for her birthday. So these are the 4 that I have left. I got this at like one of their Hey In, is it called Hey In supermarkets? And they're more affordable than if you get them outside. So I think 2 of these are like special flavors, and then the other 2 are like more classic flavors. So this one is actually hazelnut. I think this one is hazelnut, pure hazelnut if I'm not wrong. And then this one is chocolate chip, which is cute. Like I really want to try that. And then the red one is milk chocolate, 32% milk chocolate as you can see. And then this one is pure, honestly I think pure, which is P-U-U-R, means dark chocolate. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm just going to put it down below. So this is 70% dark chocolate. So I really can't wait to eat this because oh my god, Tony's chocolate are the best, and if you have not tried them, you totally should. So if you're ever in like Netherlands, be sure to pick some of Tony's chocolate up because it's the best. And because we were in Amsterdam like during Pride week, there was like Pride chocolates as well in like the Pride colors, so it was quite cute. But I didn't pick any of those up because like I've already picked up a few bars, and they are not the lightest of things, as you know, so like I thought these were enough. For those of you who are new here, my name is Amelia and I do videos on luxury and lifestyle. So if you enjoy these kind of videos, do consider subscribing, click on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. So one of the days we actually did a day tour to Zenshan. Is that how you pronounce it? I could be totally butchering it. But that was the place with all the windmills, and they also brought us to a few other places including Volendam and Edam, I think that's what it's called. And we managed to go and try cheese. We saw people making clocks from scratch. It was really cute, and I decided to pick this one up, which is like a mustard. So this is like a bottle of mustard, and oh my god, this mustard is so good and goes so well with cheese. I didn't manage to pick up any cheese on this trip because I feel like I don't know whether the people at home will actually eat it, so I'm the only one eating it. But I really wanted the mustard, so I picked this one up, and then I can just dip it in any of my cheeses that I buy at home. So this was the mustard. And then on that tour, I also picked up this little like flower pot thing. It's so cute, oh my god. Look at this, it's like a flower pot, and it's very like quintessentially like Netherlands. I feel like this blue and white thing, I've been seeing them all over Amsterdam because like Amsterdam is like a flower city. They are known for like their flowering culture, especially their tulips, which I'm going to show you. So there was one day I decided to go to the Bloemen market. They have like a flower market. So Bloemen is flowers in like Dutch, I think that's what it is. So I decided to just check it out, but they were selling like a lot of seeds. There was like a lot of flowering things, but definitely we couldn't bring those back because tulips and all these other flower seeds that they are selling, like the bulbs, cannot grow in our tropical humid climate. It has to be really cold, so I couldn't even pick out anything to like grow. But I decided to get these like fake tulips. So it's not the wooden ones that I also have, because I think back in 2020 we were supposed to go to Amsterdam as like an incentive trip, but it didn't happen because of COVID. So those were like wooden ones, but these are like more squishy ones, so I feel like it's more malleable. But some of it are like coming out already. I need to like super glue it back. So I just decided to buy some flowers, and it was a very great prop because like we took some photos with this. After that, along the along the river, so that was nice. So these are the fake tulips that I got on the trip. And then what else did I get in Amsterdam? One other thing that Netherlands is known for is actually their Miffy. I didn't know that Miffy came from Netherlands, but I decided to pick up this really cute Miffy from Rotterdam. Look at that, it's so cute! Oh my god. And this is like in the Dutch painting. There is this painting with this lady wearing this exact costume that I think we saw in one of the museum. Was it Rijksmuseum? Yeah, I decided to pick this up because it was so cute. I wanted like a small Miffy to take back home. So this was the Miffy I brought home. Remember I told you I'm like on a hoodie trend kind of thing. So I decided to pick up this Amsterdam hoodie as well. Oh my god, look at this. It's a I Am Amsterdam hoodie. I really didn't need this, but it was so soft. Definitely like way softer than the Tomorrowland one for sure. And it was just like so soft and so cushy, and like I felt like I needed to have this, so I picked this one up as well, and I really like it. I'm not sure if this was the best decision ever, but I feel like I really don't need like any more hoodies after this. And then at that same shop, I also picked up like an I Am Amsterdam tab. It's very touristy, but I've never been to Amsterdam before, and I felt like this was really nice just to hang somewhere. And it was not the most expensive thing either. It's like a flight tag, so I can probably tag this to my air tag or something. So I got this as well. So obviously on the trip we also went to quite a few museums, and like one thing that I like collecting at museums are like their postcards, because like I feel like it's just something to remember your trip by that is not super expensive. So I think in Amsterdam we went to like Rijksmuseum. So I picked up some stuff from Rijksmuseum, but I thought I'll just show you all the postcards that I got on this trip. So this is by Rijksmuseum, and what did I get? So I got these two paintings. So yeah, this is the Dutch lady that I was talking to you about, which is the one that is exactly the same as Miffy, what Miffy is wearing. I mean, it's not entirely the same, but like sort of. So this is the Dutch lady. So this is the Milkmaid painting. It's quite popular. It's not a very big painting actually, so a lot of people are like just crowding around it. And then the other one that I got was obviously the Night Watch. So this one is painted by Rembrandt. So when we were visiting the Rijksmuseum to see the Night Watch painting, it was actually under restoration. It was part of their like Operation Night Watch, is that what they call it? And they were just examining like the vibrations on the canvas to see how best to restore this painting, because this painting, if I'm not wrong, is like almost 400 years old. So this painting was actually painted in 1642, so that makes it about 381 years old. So it's quite old, and I think they want to find ways to like restore this painting itself. So yes, it's just a pity that we couldn't really like see in scale and glory, because it was like behind glass and there was like an entire like machinery covering it, because they were just, you know, like going through the motion of how to restore this painting. So that's that. And I also got this little Miffy postcard, so cute, of this like Miffy just looking at the Milkmaid painting. So I got this as well at one of like the gift shops in like Volendam, I think. And I also got one of this like travel sticker, which I thought was really nice, which I intend to stick on one of my luggage. So that's the sticker that I got. So when we were in Rotterdam, we went to this place called the Depot Museum, and I just picked this one up because it's cute. It just says darling on it. They were also giving like free postcards for this artwork that I was really interested in. It's artwork about money and finance, and like it was just really interesting to see like the intricate like penmanship on that art piece itself. So it kind of looks like that, and the entire piece has all these like etchings on it, and it just talks about like assets, and talks about like money and how money is like water and flowing, and it's just really interesting, and I really like this artwork a lot. I was staring at it for like a good 5 minutes, I believe. So that's that. And then we also went to this museum in The Hague. I think it was the Moritz Huis. I have no idea how you pronounce it. Moritz. So it's spelled like that. I'm just going to show it to you so that I don't butcher the name. So it's called this, and the most famous painting in there is actually the girl with a pearl earring. So I'm going to place the photo here because I didn't pick up a postcard for it, but I picked up a pin for it. It's so cute. This one is like a cat with like the shape of the girl with the pearl earring. So it was really nice. Like, it was just a pity that I forgot we were going there that day. I could have worn like my pearl earring and I taken a photo with it. But I didn't. So something that I know that Netherlands does a lot of is a lot of their flower. They have a very huge flower culture going on, including growing flowers and including painting flowers. So a lot of the Dutch painters in the past really like painting still lifes and mainly flowers. So I decided to get like this 3D trippy like postcard thing of one of my favorite flower painting there. So it's basically a still life painting, but it's just 3D, and I just really like looking at it. It's quite trippy. So yes, I decided to get this postcard as well. Okay, sticking with postcards, I'm just going to show you the postcards that I got in Paris as well. So when we were in Paris, we were there actually on the first Sunday of the month, and when you go to Paris, every first Sunday of the month, there are free entries to some of the museums there. So the museum that we went to was actually d'Orsay, which was great because I feel like d'Orsay has a very good mix of like your traditional artworks and then your sculptures as well. So I really like d'Orsay. If you're short for time and you just want a few museums to go to in Paris, because there's so many museums in Paris, I would say that d'Orsay is one of them that you should go to, and the other one being the Louvre, obviously. So d'Orsay, you can spend like an entire afternoon there. Like, I felt like my brain couldn't like absorb anything more because there was just like so many visuals like being thrown at you, and all of which I actually really like have learned of them before and know of them. So I got really excited. So I'm actually really glad we went to d'Orsay this time round, even though I've already been to. The last time round when I've been to d'Orsay, it was like 2014. It was a really long time ago. That was my very first solo trip to Paris. And I don't even think that I made it up to the level 4 where it's all the works of the Impressionists. So this time round I decided to go up, and I managed to catch this painting in action. So this one is actually by Edward Manet. It's not Monet, it's by Manet, and it's one of like his most controversial like paintings, and this is called like, so if I'm not wrong, I think this painting is called Luncheon on the Grass, but there is like a French name for it. But I learned this in school. This was one of the most scandalous paintings that Manet painted at that point of time. But if you want to learn more about it, you should just go and Google it, because if not, I'll just go on and on about it. So this is one of his most famous paintings, Manet. I also picked this one up by Renoir. This is also one of the famous paintings by Renoir, and also kind of, I don't think it created as much of a scandal as this one, but it's also like very controversial and talked about at that point of time. So I was trying to explain it in layman terms to my friend who was on the trip with me, that back in the days, right, paintings started out as like portrait paintings for like the famous, the rich and the famous, and like they are mainly painted of noble people, of like your kings and your queens, etc., the Pope. So it's a very big turning point when people decided to paint real people, like everyday people doing everyday things, because obviously most of them are just like your normal portraits where you just sit there and then you just like look pretty, which I felt like was not the whole point of like artwork in the first place. But that was how painting started out. So people like the realists and the impressionists, they decided to venture out and decided to, you know what, we want to paint people of everyday life to just depict that. And this was I believe one of like the first few paintings that Renoir did. What was this called? Oh my god. There's all these like French names that I learned last time, but I can't remember what is it called in like English. So in French, which I'm totally gonna butcher it, it's called Bar du Moulin de la Galette, which also kind of like translates to like a dance at the Moulin de la Galette. So Moulin de la Galette is like a place, I'm sure, and it's portraying the dance that is in this scene itself. So that's really like nice. And Renoir did a lot of like everyday paintings, and he's most famous for like the pictures of like people dancing. You can very vividly see the difference in the painting styles of these two people. So this is Manet and this is Renoir. So yeah, so these were the last two postcards that I picked up in Dorsey as well. And I'm going to stop talking about art here. So let's talk about food, because like everyone likes food, right? So I decided to pick some like food items to come back, and these are a fail-safe for me because I love chocolate biscuits. Any country I go, I want to buy like this chocolate biscuits bag. So I picked this pack of chocolate biscuits up. I really feel like if I open it, I'm going to like devour it in like 2 days maximum. And then I also picked up this like chorizo because I saw my friend buying it. I was like, oh my god, I really want this. It comes in like this packet thing. I'm not sure how should I maintain this, but I feel like I should put it in the fridge. I'm pretty sure you can eat it like that, but I want to cook this up just to be sure, and like cook in like pastas and all that, because like everyone knows that chorizo is like my favorite. And then I also picked up this sauce from one of the supermarkets, and it's just like a Rio sauce. I'm not sure, but it looks good, and it looks like it's eaten with bread. So can't wait to try this out as well. It's very like inexpensive, so I wanted to try that out. And then we went to this place called Monoprix. So Monoprix sells like every single thing, and my friend wanted to check it out, so I thought I'll browse around as well. And I picked up two items, mainly this item that I didn't get last year, which was like a bit TMI, but it's a period panty. So this one actually absorbs blood. It's very TMI, but if you can just totally like skip this part. But I wanted to try it out because like my French friend, or rather my friend staying in France, said that it was really good and it works for her. So I thought I'll give this a go. So I picked that up as well. And I picked up a pair of earrings. It's just this very nice like shaped earrings that is in the shape of like a fan shell thing. So very nice, and it's in gold, which I really like. And then I think last but not least, I actually went into Primark. So we were at Primark one of the days, but we set a time limit because like we didn't want to spend all our time just like shopping at Primark, which is kind of lame, and it kind of defeats the purpose of like traveling as well. So I decided to pick a few items up. The main item that I picked up was actually this like raincoat trench thing. So it's waterproof, it's wind resistant as well, and it comes with like pockets here that you can put things in. It comes with buttons, and it comes with like a zip, and I've worn it on the trip, so it kind of like, it's definitely rainproof. And I really think that I made a good decision in buying this, because it also comes with a hood, because I was like umming and ahhing as to whether or not I should get it or not. But I think this will be a very good addition to like my travels in future. Definitely can bring this one out because it's not very heavy as well. It's quite lightweight, so you can bring it on your travels and definitely keep you dry if you're not someone that enjoys wearing ponchos. I really don't like wearing ponchos, I'll be very honest with you, because it looks so ugly. It looks so ugly, and I just really do not like it. So I'd rather wear that and like keep myself dry. And then the rest of the other items that I picked up from Primark are like hair ties. Oh my god, I picked up a whole bunch of hair ties because they're like so cheap, and because I go through hair ties very often because my hair is so thick, so I keep losing like hair ties or breaking them. So I got a whole bunch of these like brown neutral hair ties, and these are like for €1.50. oh my god, it's amazing and it's so cheap. And then I also got smaller ones, and these are also like 150 euros. So I got this as well in black, and then I got this in like a neutral shade as well. And then I also got some little scrunchies. So these are like in green, white and purple. I really like them. They has like a slight sheen on them as well. Oh, I also picked up some like scrunchies from Arket, and they are these like blue scrunchies. I thought they look so nice because like it's this like silky satiny like color, and I really liked it as well. And more more hair ties, because like one can't have enough hair ties. I feel like I have enough hair ties to last me a good few years. And I also got the little hair ties, which are these like plastic ones, because I use them quite a bit like during the festival, and I feel like it's very nice if you want to create like little braids. So I picked that up as well. And I also got like an AirTag holder in purple, so it looks like that. It's very inexpensive, which is why I decided to get it. So I think those were the items that I picked up from Primark. And I missed out on something that I picked up at Rotterdam as well. I went past this Christmas ornament shop, and if you know me, you'll know that I freaking love Christmas. So I decided to pick one ornament up, because I have this habit of like picking different ornaments up from different countries to add to my little mini tree. And this one is actually like a shiny peacock. Oh my goodness, look at it. It's so pretty. It has like shimmer and glitter all over it, and I really like it. So I decided to pick up this ornament as well, and it's going onto my tree this year. Very pretty. I was actually very mesmerized by that shop, and I really wanted to pick up a lot more ornaments, but I decided to just pick up one and like be a little bit more controlled that way. So yes, that was the ornament that I picked up, and I think that's all that I picked up during this trip, apart from my designer items. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!